Alright, let's start. We're getting started here, folks. Welcome to the right. It's currently ongoing. We currently have Crystal Roller Crew up again. It's Aga's backup dances here in the playoff season. And we'll hopefully get that scene transition for you guys shortly. And we are on the way here. We found Palace of Darkness already. The people have found the back of the escape sequence here. We are playing cross keys here for this first game of the playoffs between these two teams. And let's see how they get going. Mushroom on Floating Island here. Or, not Floating Island, Lake Hylia Island. Jerry Ledge meatball found. My turn to is there. Power Glove and a big key to Desert Palace found. Good finds. Ends by, I think that's one of the crystal rollers. Yep. Oof. Ah, there we go. Alright, so cross keys, folks, as we're getting started here. There is them over. We have entrance shuffle as well as key sandy, and as we've just found, we found the red mail there on Armalix's side. Well, I believe a potion just there. Or was that bombs? Oh, GT was found by our boundary runners. Okay. That gave you a right chuckle. Smiths are the Smiths. Alright, so we found Pod and we found GT. And we found Hera. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying full attention there and missed where GT and Pod were. But yeah, Armas and Seraphio representing Crystal Roller Crew. They are 10 and 4 coming out of the Skullwoods division. Meanwhile, Breadcoon and Hitman and the Agus Backup Dancers are 9 and 4 coming out of the groups of the 9 and 5, sorry, coming out of Misery Mire division. Getting this information is a little hard sometimes. But yeah, as is with entrance shuffle, there are a few static options. This entrance to the back of the bar is always the same. Link's house is always the same, just for static starting point. Staff now with the gloves for his team. And Desert Palace was found. I unfortunately missed where he came out at. Oh, that was the potion house. So, Pod has to have been fairly early. I guess it was in the Cairo Castle. And I'm not 100% sure where GT was. I guess the CAC region. Ooh, mirror found there by Hitman. Good find. That was in the well. Along with the Big Key Swamp Palace, which is not the big key we need. Smith drop down and Alright. Ice Rod Cave found by our Tachi runners here, and then inside is the small key of Mr. Meyer. Alright, and over here is the Lumberjack drop down. Didn't quite catch what was there. Bath now entering desert. Oh, whatever it is, both runners seem to be keen to get it. Yeah, 50 rupees I'd say is fine at this stage. The Lumberjack House, meanwhile, from Hitman, and it is the Mire Shed. Smoky DeGan's Tower, and 3 bombs out of there. Desert Big V used to get another 300 rupees. At the Dark Palace. And Meyer is in Sahasrara's right entrance. Staff with the Sanctuary dropdown, that is the well, so they're going to find the mirror here. Ooh, and the dam has been discovered by our top 2 runners here, and more or less neck for neck. Kate, meanwhile, found by Aga's backup dancers. Which, I think we haven't seen the Useless Fairy or the Magic Bat yet. Or Ganon, for that matter. Considering the top runners haven't gone to the southern part of CAC, I'm going to assume that's where GT is for now. I'm sure we'll head back there later. There's a lot of items in GT. We just don't have a lot of items to check. Ooh, the poultry giving 4 bombs a pack. Very nice. Then entering the right side of the twins' house, and it's Spearmint Fairy. So there's that glove and big key. So yeah, based on that, I think the library is it specifically. Oh, there's the Ganon drop down. Where is that? Oh, it's an Agaseed, folks! Aghanim is underneath the Lumberjack tree, which requires the defeat of Aga 1. Going up the mountain, we find the ferry tunnel here, which is a connector. And it puts him in Dark World. The whoopsies now know where there's a bottle. So far, the early game has proven to be quite fruitful here. Glove, cape, mirror, and red mail to boot. I think Hitman was trying to set up a bomb jump there. Okay, so the Smith drop down is the back of entrance. So the only entrance we haven't seen is Magic Bat and the useless fairy drop down. One of which is on the pyramid, so could be a singular item locked behind GT's clearing. Checking the secret entrance of the desert, and that is the King's Tomb. Ironically, there is an invincibility item there in vanilla, but it is not the Cane of Burna. Still, pretty good pickup. And the Desert Fairy is the right side of the desert. Let's see what Agina has. Looks like it's something important. These Town found, meanwhile, that is Dark World because Zaphiel is still the fish. Curiosity Shop is nothing more than a simple empty house. And based on where Zaphiel is, I have to assume it's the East Town area. So somewhere in the village of outcasts. Redkin, meanwhile, is checking the right side of Death Mountain here and finds the chicken hut. And gets the sword. At the Higher Castle, meanwhile. And it is the arrow shot specifically for the Thieves Town is, so I'll make sure to note that down. Alright. Our mix gonna find their sword. And I'm not sure if that was the tinting or not, but was that a normal sword? It has to have been. Bomb shot, meanwhile, has been found. The right side, the left side of our castle has been found too. Bomb shots on the Cave South of Grove. And the flute, big find. Alright, so they're gonna move to a deep dive here. This is out of logic what they're doing as of this point because they need the small key that is found for Hyrule Castle. Although, they should be smart. They've already found the back door, so there's no reason to follow that logic. These 10 Ice Palace, 5-6. So we have to clear these down, we have to clear Ice Palace wherever that is. That's going to be checking Tower Hair entrance, and it is Laser Bridge for Turtle Rock. Finds the flippers. Use the ring to respawn the enemy. And getting the flippers out of Turtle Rock is a huge find in of itself. Armless is going to do some dark rooms here. Try to get there. Agate's been found. Green Pendant is Skull Woods. And a bow is in the back of Saha's house. Hitman about to discover the flippers for his team. I suppose we'll be seeing Zappiel in a little bit, because he's in the dark. So I have to take advantage of this shop here to buy a single recovery heart. Yeah, check the central entrance here. And just the House of Beds. Central is the Hyrule Castle, something we haven't seen yet, is King's Tomb. Unfortunate, because that is a dead end. Which is kind of ironic, actually, now that I said it out loud, I had a moment to think. Luke coming online now for Breadcon, meanwhile. It looks like Armlux is going to be doing the same thing. Oh, Agate Tower has been found. It's been in the bottom left bit of Kakariko. She grabs the one chest and gets out. So many places to check the left and right. Zap is going to check the right entrance here of Hyrule Castle. It's a bit of a height to get to, but this could lead him somewhere big. And he comes out next to Sanctuary. Unfortunately, this entrance was not too terribly useful, but so it goes. Old man hasn't found me by my arm. Gonna go ahead and turn him in and get some more bombs. Alright. Raccoon headed to the desert here. Oh! Oh, Art found the boss of desert. Alright. We're coming online now for Hitman. Ooh, Spike Cave's good to know. That's in Lake Hylia Island. Alright, I'm just taking the connector here. It gets to the top of Floating Island. Well, anything else, it needs to get from left to right. Meanwhile, Zap finds the Hype Cave and gets the Master Sword out of it immediately. What else is here? Blue Boomerang. The Hammer! A small key to Meyer, and another small key to Ganon's Tower. That's some pretty good value right there. Hammer and a Master Sword. And Hitman found it immediately as well. And the Moon Pearl on the Zora Ledge. Those flipper finds were pretty important. Alright, so that should be Darkhold access for both teams here in short order. Oh, wait, no, did Hitman flew it away? Hitman flew it away! Oh, no! Alright, this is our first real look at Darkhold here on Zaf's end. And immediately gets rewarded with the Titan's Bits. Hey man, popping out of Ice Palace there. I don't know where he came out of. Probably a connector. And Genius Cave found here at the bomb shop entrance, meanwhile. Ice Palace discovered, meanwhile, that is in the center of East Step Mountain. And if the smallest one was found, I must have missed that as well. It was Bumper Cave here that connected to Ice Palace. I do not have that information about where Dark Light Hylia shop. I don't think anyone's checked it yet. But I'm only keeping track of dungeon entrances on my end, personally. And speaking of, with the bow and hammer, I'm surprised they don't do a little bit of work in Pod here. They really have, oh, I guess they don't have that many keys at all, so they can't do much. Which is actually kind of suspicious. We should have found at least one small key to Pod by now. Alright, here we go. Small key to Ice. The Bat to Meyer, which we know is Crystal. The Book of a Door, 20 rupees, and another 20 rupees. Meanwhile, the Lower Paradox has a small key to Gan's Tower. Yeah, with how early Pod is to get to, I'm surprised we don't have that many keys for it. Well, here's the other half of Paradox, and it has the big key to Meyer. And a small key to her, and the Fire Rod. My gut is telling me that Pod may be a pendant. Alright, we're at the top of the castle here, and unfortunately cutting the curtain, or the barrier, only reveals the Curiosity Shop. Not much to speak of up here. Smith's turn in, meanwhile, is just for a heart piece. And we're gonna see Purple Chest turn in, along with maybe Armlix checking the other checks that Sap didn't do. Ooh, the big chest of Turtle Rock here. Didn't see the entrance he went in. But we'll probably go out the same way he came in, so... Oof! Takes it to the Hokobokus. And there's another Smoky to Turtle Rock. I'm gonna go ahead and check the lava chest here. And get backdoor to the chain chomps to check that. Alright, so we're still looking here. We're gonna see the other entrance to Turtle Rock. And that goes out the west side of... comes out the Desert Palace east. There we go, Pod. I unfortunately was looking away. Ooh, the Thief's Hideout, though, has been found by Bread. And Zaf. And Pod is a crystal? Okay, that's just really strange then. We're like 35 minutes in, and how have we not found a small key to Pod yet? That's insane. And there's the ice rod. Easy to enter Misery Mire's entrance. We don't know what's in there still. There's the one small heated desert. And we're leaving Pod, and it was the Lake Hylia fortune teller. Alright. Myra's still being checked meanwhile by Breadcoon. And we found the top of Hookshot Cave. Half magic on the library, which has been found at the far right side of Mire. I'm going to take advantage of the blue potion you picked up earlier to get this 20 rupees out of Spike Cave. And there's the ether tablet there for Breadcoon. And the back of Skull Woods has been found by Breadcoon meanwhile. And Zap is going to be checking GT, which I again missed where it was. Shovel pulled out of Skull Woods. Okay, so it's food 5. Got it. Thank you. Alright, Zap's gonna be checking the right side GT here. And there's a big key to Oh my goodness. You can't make this up. GT to Big Key in Key Sanity is in Tile Room. Oh, Green Pendant picked up a Breadcoon out of Skull Woods. And where was that entrance? Okay, it was Dark Blue Spot 5. Got it. Right. Oh my goodness. Castle Tower small, which we do need. Gonna check the front half of Skull Woods, which is one of the few places that is not shuffled, if you're not familiar with this mode. Wait, both Castle Tower keys were there? Okay, that's just funny. That just makes it better. Well, they now can open up the path again, but they still need to find those boots. For those who may have missed it, we do have confirmed that Ganon is underneath the lumberjack tree, the seed. Checking the GT big chest. Red boomerang. Oh, and now we're getting a pedestal check. A small key for Turbo! There's our first one and it's on the pedestal! Oh my goodness, and that means logically this is a pet seed because you need all 6 in order to access the boss. Oh my goodness. Thankfully they can bypass that logic if they know their tricks. Which they should. These are the playoffs of the league after all. There's the Smokey the Hero. I'm still flabbergasted that how have we not found a single pod small key other than the one on bed? It's nuts. You gotta take that one Tower Harris small key. Am I going to be turning in the purple chest here? Arm is going to be fighting the desert boss. And Bote's now with information where the swamp wall is. However, I don't think we know if that dungeon is required as of yet. We do have the map for it, at least it looks like. Hookshot and Hera basement. Nice pull from Zap. I was actually looking away there. And Desert is a pendant. Now, I don't think anyone's going out the west entrance of Desert Palace, and if they did, I missed where it came out at. Eastern hasn't been found. Swamp Palace hasn't been found. The top entrance of the East Town hasn't been found. And we did find the eastern entrance of Turtle Rock where the big chest is, but I missed where it was. Magic Bat has been discovered. Hookshot entrance. Zap is going to be looking to clear Aga Tower here, meanwhile. Shovel check, meanwhile, on Breadcoon, and that is going to lead to a small key. 46 minutes, and we finally have our first small key. the pod, unless I miss a couple, which is entirely possible. And the mushroom turn is only for a heart piece. Man, chicken only inches over here. And we're gonna see what Ether Tablet holds for us here in Mire. It is a singular item, it is 20 rupees. Alright, the Boffy is being fought by Armlix. That's on his way to Aga 1. Breakman's gonna enter Pod. And Inman, meanwhile, is gonna be heading up the pyramid. And Arby's is going to be heading straight to getting those small keys to Castle Tower. Got at least one blue ball in Aghanim that I saw. 2. I think Broken's gonna check the back part of the dungeon here. Do a variation on Broken's side. Getting a shield. And another heart piece. Not enough arrows to finish this job here, so Arm is going to opt for poke strats. That's reserved now for Hitman. Pika Tower here in Hookshot Cave. Grabs the small Pika Tower Hera and save warps out. And Hitman's entering in GT. Staff heading over to East F Mountain and going to be checking ice pals out. Can full clear. Oh. No, without the smoking you can't, but still a good amount of work can be done here. Hitman with a funny haha GT bait key. And it's Magic Bat in the graveyard. Gonna do a fake powder here to get just a heart container. Alright. Terra is in cack behind the bushes. And there goes Mold Worm. No, sorry, the Lambolas. Getting my worm boxes mixed up again. Breaking now with a Pendant to Desert. Okay, there's GT. It's Flute Spot 5. Okay, it's the Light Roll Flute Spot 5 and Dark World Skull was. Got it. Alright, there we go. Finally have the information. Still don't quite remember where we saw the big chest of Turtle Rock's entrance at, but I'm sure we'll be going across it sooner or later. Another big key in its own dungeon. What? And Silver's on Moldorm. And that is Hera cleared. Oh no! Okay, Bredkin's gonna warp mirror and go left. Giving GT big is fine, but not going to Ice Armos could be problematic for Bredkin because we know that Tower Hera Small locks the hook shot. And Hitman's about to discover it, thankfully. Myra being checked here by Arm. Plus they're being fought meanwhile. Another pod small. Second pod small. Big key to Skull Woods. And then another big key to Turtle Rock. Wow, left side of GT just absolutely loaded. There's where all our pod smalls were, jeez. So that's 5 known now. Meyer has the Pegasus boots. There we go. Arm's gonna start moving quickly. Bikini Eastern on the ice. Easy boss of Cold Stare. Hitman discovering the hook shot here. Red Good's probably gonna rush back and get that small key now off of the Ice Armos. Actually, wait a minute. Smoking the Thieves. Are Crystal Roller Crew in Go mode? No, I think we're in no mode though. We know where the Turtle Rock Big Key is. They do not. I think Pod Big Key is still MIA too. Yeah, we're close, but not quite there. Item-wise, we're set. Key-wise, we're not. Almost picked up here in Misery Mire. We need 2 more big keys. Pod and... yeah, actually just Pod Big Key. We're just looking for that and we're gonna go. And even though we know where the Turtle Rock Big is a pendant, could still be locking the access to the Pod Big Key. Which, as a reminder as well, technically, Tunnels are getting locked behind the clear of Turtle Rock anyway because it is got its final small key on pedestal. So, logically, it is a ped seed. Now, a couple other factors we need to keep in mind is we don't know where Eastern Palace is, and we don't know where Swamp Palace is. And we don't know where the top of Turtle Rock is either. Which is kind of a moot point, but there's still some items up there that we can get. And that desert, or that that Turtle Rock Big Key is somewhat important because the entrance has been discovered by at least Zap. It is findable, and we can cash in that TR Big Key pretty much immediately. And blinking you miss it, Vitreous is severely allergic to silver. And there we go. Nothing to it. Another crystal on the board for Arm. Alright, Breaking about to fight Cold Stare. Arm now entering Ice Palace. Alright. Where is Zaf going to be heading next? Alright, looks like Zap's going to be rescuing the old man. I can tell based on the movement of the sparks. These towns not that hard to reach either. It's in the Aero Game hut. But yeah, These Towns is looking like it's the next big dungeon to clear between R4 teams, or R4 runners here, rather. And there's still some merit to the Book of Medora. Could be on either tablet or Bombo's tablet. We haven't checked either of those yet, to my knowledge. Spike Cave is the lower part of Paradox. Zaps is looking for Eastern Palace here, I think. Alright, Cold Stare being corralled. I think the rudest spot for this big key to pod, now I think about it, is if it was a logical double dip of GT. You had to go right side to get it all the way down to Ice Armos to get the hook shot, then go left side, and that's where the big key is. Eastern Palace found. Hold up. It's at the Leaks House Bonk Rocks. Alright. We got information on that entrance finally. And there's the top of TR right there, which I just missed. That means Swamp House is required, and we haven't seen Swamp either. Swamp's MIA. I don't think we've seen the west entrance out of Desert yet. Oh, Bacon and Dark Palace found! Right at the top of Turtle Rock, which is located at Paradox Cave. It's a hog gives you the magic powder. And that would be going over Crystal Roller Crew. That is the last... No, actually, wait, hold up. They don't know where Swamp Palace is. I don't think we've seen that entrance yet. And Arm and Zap have not found Eastern either. So it's not a go mode yet. What a swamp facility. This thing would be unbeatable because they need to do Swamp Palace to Disney Crystal. And where could Swamp be, actually? We've checked a lot of places. What's an entrance area they haven't checked yet? I guess... maybe Turtle Rock's main entrance? Bomb Shot Bonkables? We haven't seen this entrance. Nope. Alright, so this is information on Easter Palace for them now. And Tempered Sword. And it will be a piece of cake today. Alright, the crystal on the board here for Crystal Roller Crew. Red Coon finally with the boots. Oh, I just realized that whole key thing was required because you needed it in your Mr. Meyer because your boots were in here. So, doing Hera Basement was mandatory this seed. Wow. Sewer Bomb! Hold up, we haven't seen that yet. If it's a Super Bomb for Swamp Palace, that'd be hilarious. And Zap has already defeated Aga 1, so he can just walk over this way and turn in the bomb by going across the gate. And behind the Super Bomb wall is Swamp Palace! Alright. That, I believe, is now officially go for Crystal Roller Crew. That would be my Savagely. He just didn't pick up the Swampy to Swamp. Thankfully, folks, this is just game 1 here. This is there are 2 more games at minimum that these 2 runners have to do. Actually, do I have that right? I should probably double check. Oh no, it's best of 3, so they still have another chance to come back here. Alright, now with that Swamp Palace small in hand, we're going to be now finishing up here strong. What is Red and Hitman missing? I think they're missing the Pod Big Key as well as information on where Swamp Palace is. And once again, folks, I'd like to remind you that because this is a cooperative race here, the overall winners will be determined by the average time between each member of the team. However, something to keep in mind is that if one team finishes before the other 2 members finish, then they win by default by having the higher average. In other words, we only go to average time only factors in if it is a first and fourth place position between a team member when the other 2 finish in second and third overall in the race. And I think we're only just getting started with the playoff season here for the league. Anyone's gonna check the Super Bomb here. We'll find the Swamp Palace entrance momentarily. I think the one major thing holding back our runners here is that I don't think they have discovered that many pod smalls. They do have one Sapphire founded, and that is the one they actually need. With the correct routing, Arms can just go straight to Helmazor King and just ignore the rest of the dungeon. Where's Arm going? He's going the long way, apparently. Oh, but he hasn't defeated Aghanim 1 like Zaf did, so he has to go this way in order to turn into the Super Bomb. That makes sense. And he had to flute away because of where the Super Bomb was. Alright, Zaf done with Swamp. They're going to enter Eastern Palace now to wrap up that last crystal. A Smoky to Dark Palace inside a swamp. Not gonna pick up that tempered sword. Gonna have a nice combat advantage going into Ganon now. There's that small Loki to pod that Arm needed to get to Helmazor King. Has to go through the Mythic passageway, but should allow him to go directly to the boss now. Alright, Arm heading over to fight Argus. Staff gonna be heading over to fight 8 Armos Knights here. Both of them are on the second to last boss. Evan's fighting Argus now. Brakeman's on the way to the sound boss. The big problem for Aga's backup dancers is they don't know that the big key to Pod is freely accessible once if you have the Canis Mari and the Fire Rod. It's just at the top of TR, which unfortunately they have not found as far as I'm aware. Alright, Arm is going to opt to defeat Aga now. And actually, I low-key like this. Because he's going to mirror and save quit. Start at Link's house, go to Pod and defeat it, and then either save warp to Sanctuary, or flutes to 3, and then go to Ganon from there. Staff Meanwhile just needs to drop down here, and they are on their way. And pretty much all of Pod is not in logic here, but I don't blame them for ignoring logic considering that they know there is a small key on pedestal. And by the key logic of the seed, you need all 6 to fight Helmazor King. I can completely understand skipping doing the Pendant dungeons because of that. Alright, here comes the Aghanim fight for Arm. Helmazor King being beaten up here meanwhile. I believe this is the last crystal for Saf. Alright. There is the crystal catch here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that is the last crystal for Zaf. So Gannett is now vulnerable. Time to go to the Lumberjack tree. Ah, footing to aid, so use the portal. Clever! I didn't think about this. I never think about these shortcut portals because they're so underused, honestly. Hitman with the boss of Eastern defeated. Nice double hit there on the spin attack, and should be into phase 2 here. Yep, pretty good so far. 1-1 with tempered. Looks like it. Very nice. Alright, on to phase 4 here for Zaf. I got back up to Dancer checking the eastern part, or the western part of GT meanwhile. Stun, 1, 2, and there we go! That is Ganon defeated for Zaf. Arm not too far behind. Gold sword inside lifts inside the big chest of Swamp Palace. Did they have the big key to that? They did. They didn't check that. Alright, so the time clocked in by Zap is 1:24:52. Officially on race time. Once again, though, folks, it is the average time between both members of Crystal Roller Crew that will be the deciding factor here. But only if Aga's backed up dancer somehow finishes between Arm and Zap. If Arm finishes before either one of them, then Crystal Roller Crew will have the fastest average time by default. Getting our check of Random Room here. And it looks like it was nothing special. And there is the 7th crystal for Arm. Hitman is so close and yet so far. He's gonna check Trinex. Wait, that's actually good, because Hitman will get warped to the front entrance of Turtle Rock and then check it from there. So he's eventually gonna find it. Arm should know some of this cannon, but even then, with 17 arrows, very unlikely he runs out. Oh, did Hitman find the entrance? He did. One more hit and that's GG. And ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for Armlux and the Crystal Roller crew who will come out 1-0 in this first round of the playoffs. And there we go. They are finished with a 128-26. And it looks like Hitman and Agabax's Dancers have decided to throw in the towel. So close and yet so far from their final victory. We'll see about getting these four in here for an interview. And Braid Cool is just going to go ahead and pull the pedestal for us meanwhile. And there we go. All right, we're going to get these guys in here in just a moment here. And we are now joined by Crystal Roller Crew and Aga's backup dancers. GG's to you all. Aga's backup dancers, so close and yet so far there, but GG's, good effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go right there to TR main, which is right there.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
again,
no,
like,
talking about the race room, I really should have just done it after, I should have just jumped down after ice, but there's just so much going on in the seed for so long. Especially when it's ice and two, I've got like 3 or 4 more clearable crystals in front of me to do. Like, I'm just focused, I'm just hitting everything.
Focused on crystals at that point.
Yeah, I mean, what you said with the clearable crystals, that's why the second person to ice on our side did TR main. It's because you just get those 2 and you're like, what do? Send help.
Now, there was a couple of funny little nuances I found about the seed. First and foremost, the GT Big Key was hilarious.
Always trust Tyler.
Yeah, that's...
Well,
yeah.
Not that it meant anything, but...
Hey, where was Lance? Did you find that?
It's been unfound, actually, between all 4 of you. We did find the book, and that's...
Top of Climb, maybe?
Top of Climb. I mean, did you all do the chess game at Eastern? Because we found it with no money.
Yeah, I did it. It was
There's a pod small there. Wait, no.
if it was a pod
small. Yeah, it was pod small.
So,
That's it. I'm out. Have a good night. Sorry, y'all.
Okay then. Okay, but in all seriousness, the pod smalls were actually pretty rude this seed. I didn't think we found one until like at least like the 35-minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. Well, obviously, aside from what we
like just discovered, it's not surprising. We were kind of gobsmacked, but also considering there was an abundance of shit in abundance of items in left side swamp or left side GT, including a visible small key. Like, we were not concerned really. It was find dungeons and then go for density, which there was again a lot of on the map. So,
well, if you did go to left side of GT, immediately in Salvo's room there were 2 small keys to pot.
Yep.
yeah, I mean,
That would have saved us if I had accidentally opened the middle door instead of doing right side the second time.
yeah,
But, you know, not things that happen. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna guess that y'all probably out-collected us because it sounds like you were kind of close behind in a lot of ways. I was kind of hoping that the hook shot was going to bail us out for a while because I was mildly surprised by that entire sequence.
We actually did GT a lot later than we should have, so we were kind of funneled into hook shot pretty quick.
Yeah, it was like I found that Harris Small, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go check that right away.
Yeah, like that's the other thing
Yeah.
is that like you find it and you're like, okay, yeah,
And then Brad was hoping to just get like boots to make left side a little bit easier, go that way, and boots from
Yeah, no, I was like, okay, maybe I'll just do boots so I can do left side GT, hover it with the boots, and because I'm bad at the bomb jump, and go and get my small key that way. And then he calls that Meyer has the boots. Like, oh, damn it, I have to do this the lawn and slope because I'm bad at the bomb jumps.
How did you get your flute this seed? Or how early, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
I guess,
the other question.
the early game is nuts. What'd y'all do?
We got it pretty early.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just jump in here and say that Arm, Breadkun, you both were pretty much step for step for like the first 30 minutes or so. It was kind of been crazy.
Nice.
It doesn't really surprise me, kind of, given everything that happens, because you get sent on a merry little journey, and like that was. I realize like there's a part of my route which kind of biffed it, as I've already been called on, that like we slammed headfirst into each other at the top of Light World, but like yeah, we managed to split, and then literally Arm's like, here's a bow, here's sword, here's flute, here's this. I felt kind of bad, and I don't know if y'all did this. I ended up taking the bunny walk early, and then bailed at Paradox because I'm thinking, or instead of going to Swamp, bailed at Paradox thinking, I'll get like the items here, like going back through, get locked out, and then finding Mitts at Swamp like 10 minutes later and being like, oh.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay,
Hitman went
great.
there, got locked out of Paradox. Yeah,
Hitman,
Hitman gets
high
locked
five,
out of
man.
Paradox, and then I came back down there with Moon Pearl, and that's
Yeah.
when I went back to South. They're like, all right, let's just check out Paradox Cave. Let me check Swamp real quick. Oh, hey, here's your mitts. Oh, hey, here's a fire rod. Cool.
Yep.
Not only
Yep.
much that you could have had as a bunny very easily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, it didn't matter, obviously, because I think the glove and everything that we find is like, all right, this is fine. It's just, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's kind of silly, but yeah. It's been a while since we caught, but I guess we still do the same stuff. High five.
Nice. Let's see.
Yeah.
I put my fake powder back in Logic. I'm proud of that. Or semi-logic. Semi-logic.
Yeah, that was, I believe, on Sahasrara that had the magic powder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that Moon Pearl was also in a kind of an interesting place, honestly. It was on the Zora ledge, and I want to say there was a somewhat similar vein to what happened with the hookshot as well between Fragments of Acid and Dances. I believe it was Hitman that initially went up to that area, but decided to bail before entering the Zora's Fountain. Because you didn't have the money to pay
I
for Zora.
didn't have the money, so I was like, just come back later. And then Brett says, Moon Pearl's here. I'm like, great.
We both, I guess one of you probably didn't open Desert Big Chest instead of both. Yeah, we both did. Because I was cutting across Desert and Zaf had gone to Desert, explicitly not following connectors, I believe.
Yes.
Well, speaking of big chests that you didn't open, Crystal Roller, if you had opened that Swamp Palace big chest.
I'm aware. I was kind of gobsmacked that we were in Pod Small Go mode, and I just found the Pod Small. I knew where a sword was, and I opened literally every
No reason to open it. No,
Yeah, it's
well,
you
let's
only
rephrase.
hook Yeah.
Well,
Every
had you
reason-
opened the Swamp Big Chest, you would have actually found the gold sword.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, once you're at tempered, if you're at tempered silvers, it really doesn't matter at that point. It's
Hey,
nice.
Zaf, are you going to tell me that there were 10 arrows in the top right chest of compass room, by the way?
Because it is 2025. I am tired of dealing with your resource management issues, my guy. It's impossible that you still
That's
somehow
true.
find a way, after playing this game as much as you do, to end up every seed on 41 rupees, 0 bombs, and 1 arrow. It is a sickness.
But the tier
I
1
went-
pull is a full bomb refill, and the tier 2 pull
Yeah.
was a full arrow refill. you,
Oh, the
you,
shit.
you were
Your two
game
was
by
full
just
arrows? Oh, I
Mhm.
pulled 2 tier 1s early. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, I just like when I went to GT, I was just like, oh, must go get hookshot. And then I just like get the ice armos on 11 arrows. And I'm like, well, that's not great.
All right,
It's
so
okay,
what?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna go things along here and ask when you get your guys' next match for the game 2. Has that
We're-
been decided yet?
We're still working it
Scheduling,
out.
yeah.
He's got some scheduling, juggling stuff to figure out. So it might be a hot minute. Probably next week sometime would be
Yeah.
my guess. But mode and players TBD.
Yeah, I think we know mode, given unless something else happens. It's just players TBD, and we're not really worried about it until we can nail down scheduling. So
Mhm.
like, not really a rush. We'll get things in. I still don't actually know what we're gonna throw back for game 3 if we get to that point. We've been like hemming and hawing on that as well, but yeah, we'll deal with that when the time comes. So
All right, so your next race was currently to be determined. So hopefully we'll see you guys then for that. But any final thoughts about the seat before we wrap things up? We'll start with Crystal Roller Crew.
Zaf, you want to play another one of these right now?
yeah, sure, let's go. Give me like 20 minutes. I gotta stuff food in my face. If y'all want a seed, we'll roll one. We'll send it to you. I mean,
Yeah.
again, like it's. I love playing with you guys. God knows how long it's been. Like, thank you again for a good game 1. See you at game 2.
Heck yeah.
Heck
yeah. Yeah, we made it playoffs, so whatever happens here happens.
I mean, like
Not
you're
a big
saying,
deal.
it's like it's house money at this point, right? Like we get pulled up, we make playoffs, and look, used Bo is gonna win this whole thing. It's
They can't
just
relegate us at this point, right?
Yeah,
Just
we-
making
we-
sure there's not like some secret like Money in the Bank style, you know.
actually bottles on empty. Then Jembro's gonna come back after like 3 months of not playing the game. Go, all right, y'all, haha, Money in the Bank stuff. Like take us down, and we go back to open. So, but,
Yep, cool.
Well, GC all 4 of you for putting on extra race tonight. Folks, make sure to follow our forerunners here. They put on an excellent race tonight, and make sure to follow SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6 so you don't miss any racing action, not just the Link to Best Randomizer League. Speaking of which, set your alarms, folks, because our next match for the Invitational side of the league, Mind Eve is supposed to carry us versus Hyrule Hunderhorde. Is all dungeons key drop up mode, our week 1 mode. That is happening on SpeedGaming Prime at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So yeah, get your clock set. You're gonna have to get up early to catch that race. And of course, folks, we have another match later on in the evening. It's just at 12. Well, for Team Vinny Pagog and Tam's Triple Potato Pouch Mayhem. That is going to be another Cross Keys match. And then later on at 2, we'll have Usebo with JKLO and GKLOL going up against another All Dungeons Key Drop seed. That will be on SpeedGaming as well. And another race at Evergreen and Pendant Drifters going to once again in Cross Keys. So yeah, we got a lot of races for you tomorrow. So look forward to that. It's all starting at 11 o'clock. Yeah, folks, that's going to do it for us here. So I've been Wolfing0370. I've been solo commentating this for you all. And we shall see you all next time here at the League. And thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone.